gonna have to approve these photos. 'Cause I look like a rat.
Hello.
Oh. Hello. Hi, Jeff.
How are you?
We're good. We need a tan, but we're good.
Okay. Well, congratulations on this new contract. How does it feel just to be this far into your career, still be playing here and wanted, and the continuity of being able to continue here?
Yeah, it's a true blessing. I think it hasn't been easy. You get opportunities, you don't get opportunities the first couple of years, but I try to stay persistent. I just try to get better every single day. I just relied on my hard work. If you get 1% every day, eventually it's going to come to you and you're going to be ready for the moment. And I just really try to stay ready. And so I think this last year was a big year for me. But it's funny because I knew that was in me all along, and it's just the very beginning. And so for me, I'm just still trying to put my head down. I feel like I have a lot to prove. The sky's the limit. But I think what we are building here with the new ownership, with what we have in our locker room, coaches coming in, I think that we're really trying to build something pretty special here. So I'm excited to be here.
One more thing, just before you go to somebody else, they've added a number of guards now, Mariah Jefferson, Slocum, Sydney Weed, some other people. What does that mean to you in terms of what you think they're trying to do, sort of relative to the uncertainty surrounding Skylar?
Okay, one sec. Do I need to fix something? Oh yeah, here, one sec. Sorry, just press it or good. Sorry, y'all. Can you restate that question?
Yeah, just some of the guards that they've added that are going to be in camp. What's your reaction to some of the people that they're bringing in to take a look at?
Yeah, I think that I think that we brought in a lot of good people. One sec. Hold on. Are we all good, everyone? All right. See, it's a rebuilding year. Everyone's getting better. Can you tell? It's a team effort. So we can all smile and enjoy it while we're doing it. I think with Sky, being pregnant, and not on our roster this year, that she's one of the best players in the league. So everyone has to step up. You get BG back, but you have to give her grace. She hasn't played in a year. And so for us, we're just happy she's back. We want to love on her, but we just want her to enjoy it. Again, she's still dominating when she's out here. She's one of the best bigs still in the world, but she hasn't played in a year. So you have to give her some grace. Diana's going to be D, she's still the GOAT. And I think just trying to surround us with younger players who are quick, who can handle the ball. A lot of people that we're bringing in can shoot the ball to try to space us out so BG can go to work. So I think what they're trying to build here is really good, but there's a lot of new faces, and Sky is a phenomenal player. So there's a lot to make up there. But I think that where our culture is at right now and where our minds are at is the best that it's been in a long time.
All right, we're going to go over to Elia, followed by Hayden.
Hey, Sophie, good to see you again.
You too.
Eliav, goodbye, Sports 360 AZ. So ultimately, a lot of teams were calling your phone, trying to get you to go to their team. What was it that really brought you back here?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to going to other teams. And for me, I had a solid year last year, but like I said, I want to build on it. But I just think, the fan base, this is my home away from home. I love the people out here. Playing at the Footprint Center in front of the X Factor is hands down one of the best crowds that you can ever play in front of at the professional level. They're rowdy, they're amazing. When you get to play with Diana, when you have BG back, when you have Shea Petty, like I said, we have a lot of new faces around here in the coaching staff and the front office and the ownership, and just to be a part of it and just to keep moving forward, I want to be a part of it. And I have been here. This is gonna be my 5th year, so I've been drafted here, so I know the ins and outs of it. I'm not a rookie anymore. It's time for me to step up. It's time for me to be a leader on the court and off the court. And so I just think that it was, it's my home away from home. This is my place. And of course it's hot and I need the pool. Clearly I need a tan. So that was probably the number one factor.
All right, we'll go over to Hayden and then over to Jesse.
Hey, Sophie, Hayden Stilley with Cronkite News. Good to see you again.
You too.
I wanted to ask you something more about what you've been doing off the court. I know you've stuck around in the Valley throughout the off season, working with Tom Leander, Tom Chambers on the pre and post game show. For young women that are aspiring to be, in a position like yours, whether if it's calling a game or if it's providing analysis, how would you say that your role being a part of that show can help these young women that are aspiring to be in those positions?
Yeah, thank you for putting me on that platform, first of all. I'm very new to it, so I have a lot to learn, but I'm surrounded by some of the best. And I'm here for them to give me feedback. I think this is what I would like to do, this or coaching when I'm done playing, in 30 years. But I just think that the fact that the Mercury and the Suns are just so close, and that I'm able to have this opportunity right here in our backyard while being able to stay here and train in the off season. A lot of teams and a lot of markets don't have that. So I'm very grateful and very blessed for that. But, I think that it's not easy. There's a lot of people they could choose. And I think one thing that, I just try to tell young girls and even young boys is, be the hardest worker, be the best teammate, be the best coworker, and love people, genuinely love people, but you have to work hard at it. You got to put in the work, but then once you've done that, go out there and have fun. And so, like I said, I'm learning. I think it's important for young girls to see people like them in a position where normally it's men. And I think there's a lot of companies, and especially the Mercury and the Suns. I really want to emphasize that the Suns have a big part in this too, that they want to see us women be in those positions. And so I think it's a big push in the American culture right now to empower women. And I think that that's important, especially for young girls all around the country, to see people who look like them be in those types of situations. So I'm just grateful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over to Jesse Morrison, followed by Christos Saltis.
Hi, Sophie. Jesse Morrison with the Next. You mentioned that Skylar is not going to be on the roster this year. Have you talked to her? Is she just not planning on playing this year at all?
I have not talked to Sky much, to be honest, in the off season. I know that she's focusing on being a mother to two now, not sure if she's had her baby or not. So I really haven't talked to her. I think it's awesome that our league is allowing to support women who want to have kids and still be able to get paid, so you can be a mother and also have a profession. And so I think that's absolutely fabulous, and it needs to continue to get better across the board. But I really don't know. It just depends on how her pregnancy goes, what she feels like, but I really don't know much detail on that. But I just want her to have a safe pregnancy. I want her to have a healthy baby, and I want their family to be happy.
All right, we're going to go over to Christos Saltis and then kick it back over to Eliav.
Hello, Sophie. Christos Saltis, SDN Greece. Hope you're doing well, first of all. I would like to ask you, what makes this fit between you and the Mercury so good on and off the floor?
Wait, can you restate that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what makes this fit between you and the Mercury so good on and off the floor?
Yeah, I think people out here in the Valley are feisty. They're good people. They're passionate people, and they're loyal. And, I like to hang my hat on, being passionate and being loyal and having fun of what I get to do. At the end of the day, everyone has lives. There's a lot of up and downs, but at the end of the day, I get to put a ball in the basket for a living. And so just to kind of be with these people having fun, they're passionate about the game just like I am. They want to help the community. And so I just think that I fit in here. The Valley is my second home. And I don't know, I just think that the fit is good. We have good people here, and I just want to be a part of something in a program that does it the right way, alongside of people who are positive and, wanting to see the best for me. So.
And one more question, if I may. Reflecting on last season, what was the biggest lesson that you take from last season, and how stronger you feel mentally wise?
Yeah, I think last year, I think the biggest lesson that I had is the ball doesn't lie. And I know that everyone says that, and everyone, that's like a quote in the Nike and Adidas and whatever commercials. But I mean, if you put in the work, it really isn't going to lie. You have to stay ready at this level. Everybody's good. You don't know who's going to get hurt. You don't know who's going to show up and play. So when your number's called, you got to go out there and ball out. And, I just trusted the work I put in the off season. I trusted, my shot, and my teammates trusted me. That gave me confidence. And just to be able to be out there and help produce and get some wins, it just felt good. But like I said, that's the very baseline. The sky's the limit. And once you get a little taste of that, you just want more.
All right, we have 3 more here. We'll kick it back over to Eliav, followed by Hayden.
All right. So when it comes to BG, obviously we know what she brings on the court, but I've always felt like one of her real superpowers is how she's like the glue person in the locker room. How nice has it been to just have that light back?
It is so amazing. Like, you can't even really, it's night and day for real. And I know everyone is excited to see her on the court, but I'm telling you, just to have her around the facilities, to get dinner, hang out at her house, play games, just to like have your sister and friend back with you, it feels amazing. And so honestly, for me, I want her to have just so much fun. She balls out if she doesn't, but just to have her jokes, her smile, but really just her love in the locker room. I mean, hands down, that's the very best. And I think anyone who knows BG or who has come into contact or communication with her, I think we all say the same thing, that she's one of the best people that you'll ever meet. Sorry.
I will go over to Hayden, back over to Hayden, then followed by Jeff to wrap us up.
Sophie, just kind of touching on what Eliav asked about BG being back. It's a very simple question I have for you, but when you heard the news that, she was hopping on the plane and coming back home, just what was your initial reaction when you heard the news?
Well, to be honest, I'm not going to beat around the bush in this off season, except for the past month. I've been kind of waking up around noon and 1, I don't like to get up early. So I guess the whole world found out. And then I found out around 1:30 or 2 p.m. back in Missouri. And so I had about 200 text messages, and it was all about BG. And so I'm not really much of an emotional, crying person, but when I saw that, I definitely broke down, and it gives me the chills still. I can still picture exactly where I was, the picture of her and Rel hugging Dee, Vince, and Jim. It's just surreal. And so it is kind of emotional. I mean, shoot, we went through a lot last year, and she went through a lot, and there's so much behind the scenes that people just don't realize. And so when you finally just get to see her back in the States, it just makes you, first of all, very grateful. And it makes you just want to give her a big hug and never let her go.
Now we had a couple final hands as we called last. So we'll go Jeff Metcalf over to Meredith Cash. And then Chris, if you had a question too, just let me know.
You mentioned earlier, Matt Ishbia. Have you met him yet? And what is your perception of the difference it's going to be to have him now as the owner?
Oh, Jeff, we're besties. Me and Matt are besties already. He's not going to be able to get rid of me. No, he's an absolutely phenomenal person. He cares a lot about the W side, and he wants to be very hands-on. And to be honest, that's very rare. For someone of his status to be to want to learn so much about the W side. And so he's treating us just like the men. He's empowering women, giving us what we deserve. And we haven't had that in a long time. We're thankful and we're grateful for what we had, but we need to make steps forward, and that's exactly what Matt's doing. And he's an awesome guy. He has a couple more $100 bills in his bank account than I do, but he is a very down-to-earth family person. And we're just really happy and blessed to have him here in Phoenix.
Great, thanks.
All right, final 2, we'll go over to Meredith Cash, followed by Chris.
Hi, thanks for taking the time, and congrats on being back in Phoenix.
Thank you.
Piggybacking off of a few questions here, I know you talked about BG's importance to the locker room and what it was like to find out that she was coming home. What was the reunion like with her? I know you've been in market and you've gotten to see her.
Well, honestly, the first time that I saw BG, oh man, Come on now.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just miss her. You know, she's just the very best. But the first time I saw her, I did my, you know, my Sophie, that's kind of a scream, and just hugged her, and like seriously hugged her for like 10 minutes. And I was just like, you know, how are you? Like, you look great. Like, we're here for you. You know, whatever you need be, like that's what it is this year. Whatever you need, that's what you do. And we're just here to love on you and support you the best you can. But I'm serious. I mean, she's a lot bigger, but I just jumped in her arms, didn't let her go. And even the second and third time when she came to the Suns games, and you know, I was doing Suns Live, you know, I couldn't get my makeup messed up or my hair, but I still just squeezed her for so long, because it's just like surreal to have her back. And it just feels good to physically see her. And you don't take it for granted anymore. Seriously, like, we all work out every week together. And every day it's like, B's here. And so it's just a good vibe over here. We're in a lot better mental space and emotional space. And I think from top to bottom, I'm not kidding, from the ownership to our whole staff, to people behind the scenes, to the players, everyone just is in a better mental space and a vibe. Now that that's kind of put behind us a little bit. So I'll never forget it though. She's the very best. We love BG over here. So
I'm so glad, and thank you.
yes, absolutely.
All right, and we'll kick it over to Chris for the final question.
Hey, what's up, Sophie? It's good to see you back in Phoenix.
Thank
Um,
you.
I just had a question because I'm wondering, like, last year I had you guys as like the dark horse in the playoffs and like getting to the finals, but everything that went wrong.
Oh
But
boy,
I
our whole
like,
season went wrong. What are you
yeah,
talking
like if
about?
there's one thing, if it, I was so hyped, and I was like, if it wasn't one thing, it was another. But you really stepped up.
Yep.
But my question is, I know it's really early, but what do you see being the biggest obstacle heading into training camp that this team needs to get together, like right off the bat?
Yeah, you know, it's a whole new squad, right? Like, you have BG back. Don't know if Sky, what her status will be. And two of those are really big players, but I think people have to realize that a lot of people haven't played with BG before. They don't know. It's a completely different type of motion and offense, and even defensively, that we did the past year. And so even the people who were new last year, they don't know what it's like playing with BG. And so I do think our biggest thing, which I think we're going to be fine, when you have the leadership of Diana and having B back, and we brought in a lot of coaches who know what they're doing. I mean, I think that our rhythm and the way we play is going to be good, but it's a learning experience. And I think that this is probably going to be the best training camp that I've been a part of. And for me, honestly, like, it's my turn to step up and be in that leadership role. It's time to, you know, play by example and show these young bucks kind of what we do around in this Phoenix area. But it's hard to know what challenges are going to get brought up. You know, we're all healthy at the moment. But we're also Phoenix, and we're also, you just never know what's going to happen, especially the past couple of years have been kind of crazy. But I think it's our time to, you know, be stable and get to where we want to go. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to do everything we can to get a ring at the end of the season. So I'm excited for it.
That's what's up. Good luck this season. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, thanks, Sophie.
Thank you, guys.